Well. We'd like to officially welcome everyone to another Mikey Live program. I am your host, Mikey Hutchinson, and we are coming to you live from the Spice Isle of the Caribbean, Grenada, where we have a lot of things to tell you about things that are happening here in Grenada, things that are happening outside of Grenada. There's a special emphasis on things that are happening here. Things are not the way it should be, I think. There's a lot happening in the industrial climate. We're going to talk about that. The May Day celebrations, they're coming up. And of course, there are a lot of talks about what's going to be taking place with regard to the May Day celebration. We have teachers today staging some sort of sick out. In other words, when students showed up for class this morning, there was some classes without teachers across many schools. You understand? We're going to talk about that and more when we return on tonight's Mikey Live program after the first break. Now, we want to say hello to those of you who are viewing the program for the first time. It is a pleasure to have you with us. And of course, don't make it the first and the last. You must always come. Real thing that we're going to give away thing on the program. You understand? So don't make it be the first and the last that you're coming on the business. And the usual suspects, we want to say thank you for joining us tonight. And of course, we appreciate your company all the time. So, here we're going on, boy. We have to take a look at the headlines and see what breaking the internet, boy. So as we said, teachers stage a sick out today. The government says it is prepared to meet with the trade unions. Understand? And the PWU and the TAWU, they met with the Labor Commissioner today. New guidelines for visiting elderly persons in homes across the country. You understand? We'll talk about that. See, we have like a spelling error. That's small thing. You understand? Gouyave resident on non-capital murder charges remanded to prison. We have all of that and more. And them TAMCC students now, they have like a project by. And we're going to share that project with you in a moment as well. So we have to let you know that the headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of the Real Value IGA Supermarket, the Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Coats Grenada Limited, Digital, Nawasa, the Ministry of Health. We want to say thank you to the sponsors of our headlines and to all the other sponsors of our program. We want to say thank you. We appreciate you all the time. So we're taking our first break and we will be back shortly. If you have not yet done so, we'd like to encourage you to please go ahead and share the business.
The Small Business Development Fund is committed to providing support for your small business in these challenging times. We've upgraded our loan resources to ensure that your small business continues to thrive. Get business loans up to $40,000 with an unsecured limit of $10,000. Small businesses in agriculture, tourism, fisheries, and agro-processing will receive our unbeatable reduced interest rate of 3%. Get financial assistance for your small business today. Contact us at 459-0773 or via email at info.sbdf@gmail.com. The Small Business Development Fund, a program from the Government of Grenada supporting small business development.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call 440-1015 or 440-1016, or check out their website hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen at the best price. We offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit or call us today for 14-3114-232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Safe, effective COVID-19 vaccines will offer protection against the virus, helping to prevent death and serious illness. But how do they actually work? Like other vaccines, such as the flu shot, COVID-19 vaccines will be given with a needle. This triggers an immune response in the body, which is the body's natural way of defending itself. The vaccine will strengthen your immune system by training it to recognise and fight against the virus that causes COVID-19. Vaccines may contain either killed or weakened versions of the virus that causes the disease, or a small part of the virus, such as a protein. There is no risk that you will get the disease from a vaccine. When your immune system recognises this virus or parts of it in the vaccine as being foreign, it responds by creating memory cells and antibodies that will protect you against future infection or disease. As a result, you'll be less likely to have severe COVID-19 symptoms after a vaccination.
Are you prepared for the hurricane season? Do you have a plan? Remember, water is essential in any emergency plan. Determine your family's water needs. Ensure your storage containers are food grade and store at minimum 35 gallons of water per person per day for at least 1 week. Understand that your planning may be different this year because of the need to protect yourself and others from COVID-19. Take the necessary actions to ensure that your household has an adequate stored water supply should there be an interruption. Be prepared. NAWASA, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Yeah, man. So that's what they say all the time, committed to meeting customers' needs. Now for the news. The first thing that we have to tell all you about good things happening, the Sandals Foundation, they've been doing things. They say that it was an exciting day of fun and festivities for some 60 children from the community of Harveyville and surrounding areas recently as the Sandals Foundation extended their outreach mission to the island of Carriacou. Packed with toys from their partners at the United States company Hasbro, a team of Sandals Foundation ambassadors shared gifts, school supplies, and a day of fun and games in collaboration with the clergy of the St. Lawrence RC Church in Harveyville. Today's activities also saw the donation of over 100 books, they say, to the Leicester Primary School Library to bolster its library catalog. Dalian Forrester, Public Relations Manager at the Sandals Grenada and Sandals Foundation Ambassador, says that the activity forms part of the philanthropic arms of efforts to bring joy to even more communities. They say that we are happy to have been able to organize this, our very first outreach on the sister isle of Carriacou. It is our mission to reach as many of our communities as possible, supporting their educational infrastructure and assisting in their social needs in any way we can, according to Forrester. We've posted a nice little article on that on our website, so you could go on and check it out, MikeyLive.com. Now let's take a look at Grenelec. They see that they have got their planned outages, and these outages forms part of their ongoing maintenance program. This program allows Grenelec to maintain reliability, power quality, and safety by continuously doing repairs and upgrading the lines, the poles, and infrastructure. There were scheduled outages for Monday and today, Tuesday, and that continues until Friday. Now, on Wednesday, the team will be at Sobeys St. Andrew, and the interruption duration will be from 1:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. And on that same day, on the 28th, Windsor Forest St. David will also be affected, and the duration of outage 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Now on Friday, the team moves to Syracuse St. David. Outage is expected to be from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And Woburn St. George, the outage is expected to be from 10:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Now Grenelec say that they'd like to apologize for any inconveniences caused as a result of these scheduled maintenances. Now we've got your COVID-19 dashboard for you. The Ministry of Health COVID vaccination program continues, with data showing that over the past 24 hours, some 283 individuals received the second dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine. It brings to 1,716 the number of persons who have so far received the second dose of the vaccine. Now, the number of persons receiving the first dose, in view of statistics recorded yesterday, climbs to 12,312. All right, 154 more than the previous figure. The Ministry of Health says that there are 2 active COVID-19 cases, no change from the data provided last weekend. The total confirmed COVID-19 cases recorded to date stands at 160, to which 157 have recovered. There's been 1 death, and the latest statistics, some 370 persons are in quarantine facilities. Interesting, the numbers are climbing. More people come in, I guess. As it relates to the RT-PCR tests, the Ministry of Health says 26,917 have been conducted, 112 more than the previous account. We are moving on. How are we looking for time? All right, let me make sure I show all of that picture properly. You all see the picture on the screen? Right. Now, the Boxing Association of Grenada has elected a 7-member team comprising of 4 men and 3 women to manage the affairs of the governing body for the sport for the next 4 years. The election was conducted under the AIBA new membership policy that was adopted by the board on January 22nd, 2021 in Switzerland. The election was observed by one of the AIBA's representatives via Zoom. Now, the Boxing Association's president is Neil Roberts. First Vice President, Bernard Bunny Wilson. Second Vice President, Alex James. General Secretary, Hermione Elcock. Assistant General Secretary, Kanisha Charles. And Treasurer, Johnson Dion. And Executive Member, Veronica Benjamin. All right. The next thing that we have, we're moving, we're sticking, and it is. The next thing that we have to tell all about, boy, the government of Grenada, through a press release, is saying that they are refuting allegations by the Public Workers Union that it is not interested in dialogue with the representative body for public officers. The respective bodies for the public officers. Now, according to a recent news report, union officials claimed that government is refusing to speak to the union on the subject of the 4% salary or wage increase that is due to public officers for 2021. However, according to the government, a letter from government's negotiating team, the GNT, dated March 30th, 2021, expressed government's desire to maintain cordial relations with all public sector unions, including the Grenada Public Workers Union. Further, the letter, which was addressed to the Public Workers Union president, invited him and other union representatives to a meeting on April 7, 2021. In response to this invitation, the GNT was verbally informed that the PWU was not ready to meet. To date, government has not received written correspondence from the PWU with regard to a meeting. In addition, by way of the March 30th letter, the government's negotiating team also advised the union that the collective agreement between the government and the PWU for the period January 1st, 2013 to December 31st, 2018 remains unsigned. The government has already met with the Grenada Union of Teachers, in keeping with its promise, they say, to trade unions to keep them abreast of the country's fiscal situation, with a view to collectively determining when it becomes feasible for the government to pay the 4% increase. Although government's revenue earnings, they say, have slightly improved, it is still significantly below 2019 levels when the agreement was reached for the 12% increase over a 3-year period. Government has consistently acknowledged its contractual obligation and its commitment to honoring same, but has requested a deferral in payment of the increase given the significant impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on the country's revenue earnings. Now, the PW president says, well, here's what. We met with the Labor Commissioner today. Brian Grimes, like you were saying, you know, he spoke to the media today. And he is saying that they met with the Labor Commissioner. It was cordial discussions, and they laid their what's going on with you, Mikey? Their position on the table.
So today we met with the Labour Commissioner, Mr. Cyrus Griffith, in relation to the 4% saga that has been ongoing in our country. We wrote a letter to Labour, to the Labour Commissioner on the 20th of April, and we gave 2 dates suggested for a meeting, and the dates were the 27th and the 29th. Fortunately, they chose the former, the 27th, and we had that meeting today. And when I say we, I'm referring to the joint negotiating team of Technical and Allied Workers Union and the Public Workers Union. So at that meeting, first off, I'd just like to say it was a cordial meeting. At that meeting, we just laid the cards on the table in terms of why we believe the 4% should be paid, as has been dispensed in the media over and over again. Topics or pointers ranging from the fact that the government has demonstrated their capacity to pay by the payments, their humongous payments to Grenlec, and their subventions and payments to the Grenada Airport Authority. All these things were reiterated. We also put forward the fact that the payment of the 4% and a grassroots person on economists can say the same thing, come to the same conclusion, that if that 4% is paid, it will redound better for economy. Vendors, shops, businesses, everybody will benefit, as well as the Grenadian worker being empowered. So this is what was stated. In fact, just to digress from that, the former head of the Fiscal Responsibility Oversight Committee stated openly on a prominent morning program that this 4% payment can be a stimulus to the economy. So it's not just coming from trade unionists or certain segments of the society. People who have an objective mind and an objective view and who understand finance and economics are stating that the government ought to pay that 4%.
Now, Grimes says that they have gotten a commitment from the Labour Commissioner that he will meet with the government negotiating team soonest. He says the union's position is that they are also expecting a 0.5% interest on the retroactive payment. He says that this is necessary and a necessary factor in ensuring that this situation is resolved.
So to summarize, basically all these points were put forward and many more. We stated our points and we have gotten a commitment from the Labour Commissioner that next week they will meet, or he will meet with the other side, meaning GNT, and from that, latest next week, all parties, 3 parties, Commissioner, GNT and JNT will sit together and chart the way forward and ensure that this money is paid sooner rather than later, right? The union's position is also that, and I can say that openly, that we are expecting interest on that 4% with the retroactive, 0.5% interest. Because if you understand basic finance and economics, time value of money must come into play. The fact that they have delayed payment, that money is not of the same value, so they ought to put some interest on that for workers going forward. Certainly the Public Workers Union and TAWU have mentioned that that is going to be a necessary factor in making sure the situation is solved.
Thank you very much, Mr. Brian Grimes, for that. And while we speak of the trade unions, we have to tell you that there will be a press conference tomorrow by the Trade Unions Council to determine a way forward as it relates, or to at least to advise the public on what the plans are to observe the May Day celebration, which happens on Saturday. We're talking about this Saturday. Here is the PRO of the Public Workers Union, Daisy Hazard.
Saturday, May 1st is fast approaching us. Labor Day is traditionally a day that we really look forward to in our country. It's a day when workers come out and celebrate and really highlight the cause of workers in Grenada. As we know, last year, 2020, because of the pandemic, the TUC had to resort to only a virtual May Day with some speeches. We are awaiting an update from the TUC tomorrow on the May Day activities for Saturday, 1st May this year. So I just want to encourage all workers and all members of the PWU to look forward to that broadcast, to that press conference tomorrow to receive updates, formal updates about Saturday.
All right, thank you very much. Now, according to Hazard, the union will be putting on some internal activities, and they're also inviting other unions to at least be part of that.
Internally within the PWU family, we have indicated to our members, and so I just want to remind members that we will be putting on an exhibition in the PWU headquarters, which will highlight the work of the PWU and pivotal moments in the labor history of Grenada over the years. We also will be showcasing the plight of workers as we struggle for our 4% increases. That's a fight that we will be showcasing in ways that the public and workers could appreciate. And so we want to ask workers to continue, drop by the Union Hall. We are preparing throughout this week. We have a very vigilant team that is preparing and working to make this place come alive on Friday. And so members, you are encouraged and you are invited to come to the Union Hall at your convenience on Friday. Come and participate. There will be a speaker's podium. You can share your thoughts, you can share your ideas. If you cannot come into the Union Hall, we are encouraging you to send us your thoughts, by video recording or just voice notes, and we will share that in our exhibition on Friday. So Friday promises to be a very exciting day for PWU. Our Union Hall will come alive with that grand exhibition where we will showcase the labor movement and PWU history. We know that in the industrial climate in which we work and live right now, even in the challenges posed by COVID-19, responsibly, we look at the protocols and we pay credence to the protocols that is mandated by the Ministry of Health. But at the same time, given all the developments, as a responsible trades union, we cannot just allow May Day to pass by quietly with a couple of speeches. And so this is why we have planned this activity. We stand in solidarity with all our all the other trades union on the island, and members of other trades union, you are also encouraged to visit the PWU building on Friday.
Thank you very much, Daisy Hazard. Now, today was no ordinary day, you know, because teachers continue their protest. They want their money. Several teachers, now in addition to what you're seeing on your screen here, this was yesterday when these teachers at the Crochet School were protesting in solidarity of their colleague, Jude Bartholomew, who were called in. He was called in by police to speak about, you know, these protest activities and so on. Several teachers reported sick today. They were off the job. You understand? It's an apparent move over the 4% salary increase that they've been asking government for. Parents and so on called to say, well, what's going on at the school? My son or my daughter saying that there's no teacher here, there's no teacher there. In one case, I got a call while I was on air today, and somebody was saying, Mikey, the parents should come and collect their children because you're not a teacher in the school. You understand? And what's next? We don't know. We just don't know. Them teachers, some of them say they ain't feeling well. You understand? No. Anyway, lately that talk, you ain't come here for that tonight. Let me go. How we looking for time? The former GPWU president say that she's in solidarity with Jude Bartholomew and the Grenada Union of Teachers. And she says as immediate past president of the Grenada Public Workers Union and the past second vice president of the Grenada Trades Union Council, GTUC, is imperative that all trade unions lend and trade unionists lend their voices to express solidarity with Brother Jude Bartholomew, the president of the GOT, on this unfortunate and this distasteful incident that occurred on Saturday. According to Roberts, the action shows that our employers are proving more and more that they are an oppressive and dictatorship regime, one that will go to any lengths to suppress the rights of workers, especially public service officers. This is the action of a faithful employer who recognizes the power of workers, she says. We post a whole thing on that on our website, mikeylive.com, so I would like to advise that you go check it out, you know what I mean? Anyway, Olia, how are we looking for time? More time running down, boy. Here the next thing that we have to tell all you. 26-year-old Jonathan Richards of Gouyave, St. John. Remember we told you that he was arrested and charged by officers of the Criminal Investigations Department of the Gouyave Police Station on April 26th on 2 counts of attempt to commit non-capital murder and 1 count each of possession of a firearm and possession of ammunition. Well, he went to court today, boy, before the magistrate, Francine Foster, and he was remanded to Her Majesty's prison, pending his next court appearance. Now, one would recall that Richards received these charges following a shooting incident that resulted in an 11-year-old child receiving gunshot wounds to his arm. You understand? We're going to continue to update you on that. Are we looking for time? Earlier, the government of Grenada is advising the general public of new policy guidelines for visiting elderly persons who are institutionalized in homes across the country. Now listen to this. Visits are now permitted for fully vaccinated persons whose elderly relatives are also vaccinated. Persons who are not vaccinated will be required to sign a waiver relieving the government or private home administrators of any liability in the event of potential transmission of the COVID-19. Now, in recognition of the susceptibility of older persons to COVID-19, restrictions were placed on visits to elderly homes as part of the lockdown measures instituted in March of 2020. The new visitation guidelines are part of government's ongoing efforts to restore normalcy to the operations of various sectors. There are 10 government-owned and privately run elderly homes across the country. Members of the public who will be visiting their elderly relatives, you are encouraged to adhere to all the COVID-19 protocols in place at the various elderly homes, particularly the wearing of masks, sanitization, and physical distance. Olia, how are we looking for time? No, we don't just want to give you hardcore news. We'd also like to tell you things that should interest you. Now, many of you are aware of the current situation as it relates to the condition of the drains in Tantine. Alongside the Tantine Main Road that is close to the TAMCC Community College. So the science students, as part of the projects and, have decided to look into a possible solution to the problem there under the topic industry and environment. Now, they figured out how that drain can be managed so as to eliminate the kind of problem that we see in there. Here is a presentation by these students of the TAMCC Community College.
These are my colleagues. Hi, my name is Denick Bain. These are my colleagues and our lecturer, Miss Atwell. We are students of the TAMCC Community College, Natural Science Department. And this is our last module in Chemistry 243, Industry and the Environment. And there is one topic that we will be focusing on today, which is water. And we'll be applying our knowledge to assess and treat the water drainage system outside of the school.
I'm Olivia Antoine, and we're standing outside of TAMCC right next to this open drain that starts at the bus stop and extends all the way to Tantine playing field and also passes through TAMCC. This drain presents a number of problems. Firstly, it is very unsightly and has an unpleasant odor. As you can see, during dry season, the water level becomes very low and it becomes stagnant. This is a health hazard because it poses a number of problems. It is a breeding ground for mosquitoes, which are vectors for diseases like Zika virus and the dengue fever. And it is also a breeding ground for parasites, fungi, and other waterborne pathogens, all of which could make people very sick. Another problem at the drain is pollution. This happens from intentional litter because of the amount of people who pass here every day. It also comes from people who accidentally drop objects in the drain because nobody's willing to touch anything that is contaminated by that water. Now, this pollution poses a problem, especially during the rainy season when it blocks the drain and the drain tends to overflow, which causes temporary problems like traffic and long-term problems like infrastructural damage.
Hi, my name is Cherise Bishop, and we are outside the main drainage system in Tantine. Here we can see a lot of the wastewater coming from our community. These wastewater comes from the detergent from our various community. The detergent contains of phosphate, which enables the growth of algae. The growth of algae leads to the depletion of oxygen. And the depletion of oxygen can affect many of the aquatic life within this drainage system. Since the aquatic animals would need the oxygen for respiration, the depletion of this would lead to a lack of respiration, and lack of respiration would lead to the death of these organisms.
I am Joshua, and I'll be discussing how this drain water, could be treated and be clarified for other uses. So basically, as you can see, there's a lot of debris, garbage, plastics, and organic matter in this drain. And you could place a screen to basically prevent organic matter from further contaminating the coast. So a screen could be made of a wide mesh placed like anywhere from the different areas of the drain. So one could place higher up, place at the middle. So because debris could be fallen from trees and the floorboard. And also you may notice an odor coming from the water. So activated carbon could be used to remove that odor, but also activated carbon might be expensive. So you could use an alternative like charcoal that could be placed against the screen, so on the other side of the screen where the debris is gathered. So yeah, as the water flows through, the odor and suspended particles and debris get trapped, and we'll have a much cleaner water flowing in the drain heading to the shore. And at the shore, closer to the shore, over to the public union workers, you place a filter to help clarify the water further.
So now that we have seen the problem, I'm going to be sharing the solutions to the problem. And this is the drain water before and after the filter. So here we have a domestic treatment for wastewater using a filter. And a short disclaimer, this is not for consumption because the water is not safe enough. So the filter consists of a gravel layer, a layer of small pebbles, a charcoal layer, a sand layer, and a layer of cotton. So how does this filter work? When the wastewater is poured into the filter, the gravel layer filters out the larger sediments, the charcoal layer removes the impurities and contaminants by adsorption. And you may ask, what does this mean? This means that the charcoal holds the molecules of the contaminants and prevents them from going into the filtered water below. The sand layer purifies or filters the finer impurities, and the cotton layer prevents the layers from above from getting into the water below. But however, this is just a solution on a minor scale. On a major scale, we have many different methods to treat this wastewater. So we have, and each of them have its own pros and cons, I should say. So for the first solution, we may place a filter at the entrance of the drain by the bus stop, which can prevent harm to the aquatic ecosystem, but also it may lead to overflow by blockage of the drain. The second solution could be that we can have a general cleanup of the drain and use the waste disposals to get rid of the waste instead of littering into the drain. The third solution, we can use the sediments from the bottom of the drain to be used as organic fertilizers. The last solution we have is that we can filter the water during the rain season, and we can use it in the schools and institutions around to flush the toilets and to use for other domestic purposes. Subsequently, we have many different methods to treat this ongoing situation. Eventually, this can be detrimental to each and every one of us. So who will make the change? Will it be you? Thank you.
Please give them a round of applause for that. I think it was a very well thought of production. I thought it was a project that was worth their time. And of course, I hope that someone will take a look at it and be able to implement, if not everything that they have said, but at least something that they have said to remedy that situation right next to the TAMCC Community College. They say dance a yard before you dance abroad, and I thought it was very creative of them and smart of them to address a situation right in their front yard. Folks, we are taking a break and return shortly, and when we do, we will have for you the National Report and the weather.
The Small Business Development Fund is committed to providing support for your small business in these challenging times. We've upgraded our loan resources to ensure that your small business continues to thrive. Get business loans up to $40,000 with an unsecured limit of $10,000. Small businesses in agriculture, tourism, fisheries, and agro-processing will receive our unbeatable reduced interest rate of 3%. Get financial assistance for your small business today. Contact us at 459-0773 or via email at info.sbdf@gmail.com. The Small Business Development Fund, a program from the Government of Grenada supporting small business development.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business.
For your education.
For your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call 440-1015 or 440-1016 or check out their website hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen at the best price. We offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit or call us today for 14-3114-232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to miss this. Sunday, May 2nd, get ready to celebrate with more cash. This time, you can win US $15,000.
$15,000?
Yes, Miguel. 15 big ones. And tickets are just $13 US. But that's not all. To top it off, we're bringing Grenada's 5-time Soca Monarch, the Mad Rass, Boise. Tell me why you like. Bingo!
I right up in your front door like a Jehovah.
Yes! Boise performing live on stage. This is gonna be one for the record books. Get your tickets early for only $13 US. In Grenada, tickets are available at GoToVet.com or from numerous box offices island-wide and our main office on Bruce Street Mall. If you're overseas, tickets are only available at GoToVet.com. Sunday, May 2nd, don't miss the 20th edition of Waggity Virtual Bingo. Get your tickets now and join the fun and excitement online.
Are you prepared for the hurricane season? Do you have a plan? Remember, water is essential in any emergency plan. Determine your family's water needs. Ensure your storage containers are food grade and store at minimum 35 gallons of water per person per day for at least 1 week. Understand that your planning may be different this year because of the need to protect yourself and others from COVID-19. Take the necessary actions to ensure that your household has an adequate stored water supply should there be an interruption. Be prepared. NAWASA, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Anywhere at any time and have it delivered to you right here in Grenada at yogo.gd.
Tourism sector to benefit from new and increased flight schedules in the coming weeks. We'll have details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for Tuesday, April 27th, 2021, I am Rikisha St. Louis. Grenada will soon benefit from increased flight from JetBlue and American Airlines. Beginning May 6th, JetBlue will fly daily to Grenada, with American Airlines increasing its schedule in June. This is a direct result of marketing plans by the Ministry of Tourism and other tourism stakeholders to promote Grenada as the destination of choice during and post-COVID-19. During government's weekly post-cabinet press briefing on Tuesday, Tourism and Civil Aviation Minister Dr. Clarice Modeste Kerwin said although tourism has been one of the hardest hit sectors as a result of the pandemic, measures are being implemented locally, regionally, and internationally to keep the sector afloat.
JetBlue, they will be scheduling daily flights effective the 6th of May, so that is within the next week or so. American Airlines has committed to more flights from the 2nd of June. They have not said how many flights. I think a lot of what they do will depend on the reopening of SGU in terms of physical classes being delivered.
According to Minister Modeste Kerwin, the last few months have been difficult for businesses and individuals in the sector, as many were forced to close their doors and face huge financial losses. She assured them that things are looking brighter, and Grenada continues to partner with airlines to advertise in their magazines and promotional packages.
Also, we've been taking advantage of advertising opportunities with the airlines, with Caribbean Airlines, with Inter-Caribbean, and so on, in the magazines. And that too also helps. We're working with Expedia and doing hotel beds advertising with tour operators, a number of things. And I'm happy to say that British Airways has a May sale, and Grenada is included in that because the expected time for them to start is July. So come next month, they'll start to advertise and market Grenada as a destination that they're going to. And fingers crossed, if everything goes as planned, we should see British Airways returning. And as I speak of British Airways also, sometime in the next month or two, we expect to see Virgin coming back to our shores.
On May 5th and June 10th, Grenada will be featured on the American television game show Wheel of Fortune. 2 lucky participants will each win all-inclusive getaway compliments at the Calabash and Gouyave hotels. This, according to Minister Modeste Kerwin, will assist in promoting the destination.
Grenada will soon be, and I wanted to say that, on Wheel of Fortune. I'm told it's America's #1 watched game show on May 5th and June 10th, where 2 of our leading hotels, Calabash and Gouyave, they have provided all-inclusive giveaways for couples to these to this show for the 2 dates. And we will get an opportunity for our destination to video to be shown as well during that.
The government of Grenada is refuting allegations by the Public Workers Union that it is not interested in dialogue with the representative body for public officers. According to a recent news report, union officials claimed that government is refusing to speak to the union on the subject of the 4% wage salary increase that is due to public officers for 2021. However, a letter from the government's negotiating team dated March 30th expressed government's desire to maintain cordial relations with all public sector unions, including the Grenada Public Workers Union. Further, the letter, which was addressed to the Public Workers Union president, invited him and other union representatives to a meeting on April 7th, 2021. In response to this invitation, the government negotiating team was verbally informed that the PWU was not ready to meet. To date, government has not received written correspondence from the PWU with regard to a meeting. In addition, by way of the March 30th letter, the government's negotiating team also advised the union that the collective agreement between the government and the PWU for the period January 1st, 2013 to December 31st, 2018 remains unsigned. The government has already met with the Grenada Union of Teachers in keeping with its promise to trade unions to keep them abreast of the country's fiscal situation, with a view to collectively determine when it becomes feasible for the government to pay the 4% increase. Although government revenue earnings have slightly improved, it is still significantly below 2019 levels when the agreement was reached for the 12% increase over a 3-year period. Government has consistently acknowledged its contractual obligation and its commitment to honoring same, but it has requested a deferral in payment of the increase given the significant impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on the country's revenue earnings. Continuing the news, the Ministry of Health is using the annual vaccination week, which has now been observed, to educate people on the importance of being vaccinated so that the country can slowly begin to return to normal. The week, which runs until Friday, is being guided by the theme, Vaccines Bring Us Closer. Get Vaxxed. Kevil Frederick, Communications Officer in the Ministry of Health, says the education process also included bus drivers who operate from the St. George's bus terminus.
We had a mini health fair at the bus terminal, and we provided services to the bus drivers, and that too, was well attended. The nurses didn't just stop vaccination, but they provided like blood pressure and blood sugar screening, height and weight check, and of course we also spoke to them about nutrition.
Other activities include a walk through the Montu community to engage the residents. Following this, the Ministry of Health team will meet with residents close to the Montu SDA Church to further engage them on the importance of vaccination and to offer the AstraZeneca vaccine to those who are desirous of having it. The celebration of the week of activities will climax on Friday at the Grenville bus terminal.
We are going to be engaging residents there, on the importance of vaccination. We are going to offer them, of course, the Oxford AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine. And we will, take a time off, to speak about nutrition, and, all of the other things, health-wise. And it's important to share. And now, during the last days in the pandemic, what we had noticed is that, and TAWU had even noticed that because of the challenges brought on by the pandemic, access to vaccine was somewhat interrupted because, people were on lockdown and so forth. And so a concerted effort is being made and was made soon as things started to be lifted, to ensure that vaccines were given its rightful place. And as a result of that, that too led us to this year's theme, which is vaccines bring us closer, get vaxxed.
Prime Minister Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell will continue his series of in-person engagements with the local media on Thursday when he hosts a live press conference. Dr. Mitchell will provide general opening remarks and maximum time will be allotted for responding to questions from the journalists present. The press conference will be carried live on GIS Television Channel 22 and the GIS Facebook page and YouTube pages. The live stream will be available to all media houses to facilitate their live broadcast of the press conference. Thursday's press conference will begin at 9 a.m. This is the National Report. The news will continue after the break.
Are you gonna wear your mask today? You see everywhere you go. There are rules you got to follow, so don't you say COVID-19 will delay. Take the opportunity to save your community. Don't be that guy, put a mask on your face if you're heading outside. It's your life, my life, more lives will be taken if we don't try. If you feel any symptoms, call the hotline. Stay inside until you feel fine. 6 feet away every day. Keep COVID-19 far from away. Keep Grenada safe. Be COVID-19 smart.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Health and the TAMCC Community College have signed a Memorandum of Understanding for 3 years for the nursing and midwifery program at the college. The MOU was signed by Permanent Secretary with responsibility for General and Health Administration and Social Security Ann Isaac and Marva Bowen Neptune, Registrar at the TAMCC Community College. Health Minister Honorable Nicholas Steele, who witnessed the signing, said his ministry is happy to work with TAMCC to strengthen the health sector in Grenada.
Being able to have this partnership with TAMCC is one way of us working together with our governmental and national entities. And also I think it is fitting that it is coming just in time, that it is one more thing we can celebrate on International Nursing Day, May 12th, where we pay tribute to our nurses for all of the service that they have given.
The program will engage registered nurses to specialize in the area of midwifery. TAMCC Community College Registrar Marva Bowen Neptune said this has added to the mutual interaction and strengthens the partnership.
We want to make sure that the healthcare system in Grenada is intact and all our personnel are trained in nursing education. We understand the impact of COVID-19 on the island of Grenada, and it is imperative that we have people who are trained to respond to the healthcare needs of our Grenadians, especially during this difficult time having to manage the COVID pandemic. And so we are happy that the Ministry of Health has chosen us as the community college to respond to the training needs of our young people and anybody who desire to have training in healthcare once they meet the requirements.
The program will be divided into practical and theoretical areas. Chief Nursing Officer Nesta Edwards gave some more details about the program specifics.
We do have qualified nurse educators. We refer to them now. They have a new title. We call them training coordinator and training officers within the Ministry of Health Training Unit. So they will be responsible for conducting the training. The intention is to train a cohort of 20 persons as midwives, begin the training in 2021, train another cohort of 20 in 2022, and begin another training cohort of 20 in 2023. So over the 3-year period, we are aiming to have 60 midwives trained.
That story just ended the national report for today, Tuesday, April 27th. Recapping the top story. Tourism sector to benefit from new and increased flight schedules in the coming weeks. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I am Rakisha St. Louis saying thank you for joining us. Until next time.
No, thank you, Rakisha, and the team at the GIS. Now for a look at the weather. Partly cloudy is expected, and it's also expected to be breezy with light to moderate showers. Now tonight's minimum temperature is expected to be around 24.5 degrees Celsius. Winds easterly to southeasterly at 14 to 24 miles per hour. Seas moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. And that's your weather report for tonight. And if I may just big up a few people on the program, boy, let's see who's there watching. The people on YouTube, thank you for watching. And for those of you who are online, Kimo and Angel and Suzette and Ala and Shireen and who else is with us? Rolanda, Hazel, all of you, thank you for watching. Who else is with us? Reginald is with us as well. Zaka, Cassie, Rafael, and Lauren, Charmaine, and everyone else, man. Ezran, thank you for watching. Shum, all right. And the people who don't say anything, you're just there and you say nothing. We know that you're there, you know, but we want to say that we appreciate you just the same. All right, like everyone else, we do appreciate you. All right, Cynthia, I see that you're there. Cynthia, you behaving? All right, good. Kirin as well, I see that you're there. Khadija, how are you? Kadi, what going on? We had to meet up, man. What it is, boy? Anyway, so folks, take care of yourselves, and I'll touch base with you. Hazel, I see that you're there as well. And we'll touch base again tomorrow, God's willing. All right, let's go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We all say, Ja! No, all the best.